6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan, the news read by Zahra Sikandar. First, the headlines. Pakistan and Qatar have expressed commitment to enhance economic partnership and explore new horizons of bilateral cooperation. Information Minister says Qatar has pledged to invest $3 billion in Pakistan's economy. Minister for Industry says government is formulating policy to promote usage of electric vehicles in the country. 78th Liberation Day of Gilgit-Baltistan is being celebrated today. Indian forces, in their unabated acts of state terrorism, martyred 9 Kashmiris during the last month in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. 55 more Palestinians have been martyred by Israeli forces in Gaza. And now the news in detail. Pakistan and Qatar have expressed their commitment to enhance economic partnership, mutual understanding, and explore new horizons of bilateral cooperation. This was stated in a joint statement issued today after the conclusion of Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif's visit to Qatar. During the visit, the Prime Minister met with Emir of State of Qatar, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, in Doha, where the Emir welcomed Shehbaz Sharif and accompanying delegation. The meeting focused on strengthening bilateral relations between the two brotherly countries, with a particular emphasis on investment, trade, alongside discussions on cooperation in other fields. Besides, Qatari Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdulrahman Al Thani held a meeting with Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, where the two sides discussed ways to enhance bilateral relations and explore various avenues of collaboration in the areas of economy, trade, investment, and cultural exchange. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has returned to Islamabad after completing his visit to Saudi Arabia and Qatar. Minister for Information and Broadcasting Ata Tahir says Qatar has pledged to invest $3 billion in Pakistan's economy. He was presenting an overview of the recently concluded successful visit of Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif to Saudi Arabia and Qatar while addressing a news conference in Islamabad today. The minister said Qatar and Pakistan have agreed to enhance cooperation in diverse sectors, including trade, investment, culture, and economy. He said that pledged investment of $3 billion will further strengthen Pakistan's economy. Ata Tahir said an exhibition about Pakistani art and architecture was held during Prime Minister's visit to Doha, which is a significant development in Pakistan-Qatar relationship. Pardon, please. Regarding Prime Minister's visit to Saudi Arabia, the minister said fruitful meetings were held with the Saudi leadership, including Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. He said Saudi investments to Pakistan have increased from $2.2 billion to $2.8 billion, demonstrating growing relationship between the two brotherly countries. Acting President Syed Yusuf Raza Gilani has called for adapting international best practices, focusing on innovation and using the latest technology to improve governance in Pakistan. He was talking to the participants of the 36th Senior Management course of the National Institute of Public Administration, Karachi, who called on him in Islamabad today. The acting president underscored the need for embracing digital governance, data-driven decision-making, and using artificial intelligence to improve service delivery. Replying to a question, the acting president said provinces have been given the rights and funds after the 18th Amendment and the NFC Award. While answering a question about the 26th Constitutional Amendment, he said it is the prerogative of the Parliament to amend the Constitution, keeping in view the best interest of the country. The National Assembly was informed today that transshipment policy is being drafted to promote Pakistan's role in regional and international trade. Minister for Maritime Affairs Qasir Ahmed Sheikh told the House during the question hour that the policy will provide clear guidelines and incentives for transshipment activities. He said it will also streamline transshipment operations at Pakistani ports, resulting in economic growth and job opportunities. Parliamentary Secretary for Industries and Production Shahid Usman told the House that a new policy of mobile device manufacturing and export is being framed to boost exports of locally manufactured mobile phones. Law Minister Azim Nazir Tahir laid before the House the Anti-Terrorism Amendment Bill 2024. The chair referred the bill to the standing committee concerned. The House has now been adjourned to meet again on Monday at 5 in the morning. The Senate was informed today that there is no plan to close the operation of Utility Stores Corporation. Minister for Industries and Production, Ranathan Mir Hussain, told the House during the question hour the restructuring of the Utility Stores Corporation is underway to make it more viable. Responding to a question, Minister for Planning, Ehsan Iqbal, informed the House that a total of 200 PSDP projects are underway in Balochistan with an estimated cost of 1,429 billion rupees. Ehsan Iqbal stressed on the importance of improving the administrative capacity of provinces for better service delivery of funds. In his remarks, Minister for Industries and Production, Ranathan Mir Hussain, said the government is formulating a policy to promote the usage of electric vehicles, which will be unveiled during the current month. He said the government has identified place for establishing 40 charging points at motorways to facilitate the electric vehicles' users. The House will now meet again on Monday at 5 past hour in the evening. This is Radio Pakistan. Acting President Syed Yusuf Raza Gilani and Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif have strongly condemned the bomb blast at Girls' High School in Mastung, district of Balochistan, this morning, causing loss of precious lives. In their separate statements, they expressed deep grief over the incident. The acting president in this statement reiterated the resolve to eliminate terrorism from the country. In a statement, Prime Minister expressed the determination to continue war till complete elimination of the scourge of terrorism from the country. The Prime Minister directed the authorities concerned to apprehend perpetrators of the blast and award them exemplary punishment. Meanwhile, Chief Minister Balochistan Sarfraz Bugti also strongly condemned the blast and expressed sympathy with the bereaved families. 7 people, including 5 children and a policeman, were martyred and 22 others injured during the blast. The 78th Liberation Day of Gilgit-Baltistan is being celebrated today. Flag hoisting ceremonies were held in all districts, including Gilgit and Skardu. The main ceremony held at Chinar Bagh, Gilgit, where Chief Minister Gilgit-Baltistan, Gulbar Khan, hoisted the national flag. A colorful ceremony was also held in Gilgit under the auspices of Pakistan Army to mark the day. Tribute was paid to the martyrs and Ghazis of the liberation struggle of the Gilgit-Baltistan. At the United Nations, Pakistan has called for boosting efforts to prevent an arms race in outer space. Speaking at the United Nations General Assembly, a counselor in Pakistan mission to the United Nations, Gul Kaisar Khan Sarvani, warned that the fallout will ripple across all domains of life with devastating consequences. Pakistani delegates said interplay between defensive and offensive capabilities is undermining strategic stability at both global and regional levels. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Indian forces in their unabated acts of state terrorism martyred 9 Kashmiris during the last month. According to Kashmir Media Service, of those martyred, 3 were killed extrajudicially in fake encounters. Around 169 civilians and political activists were arrested, most of them under Public Black Law, Public Safety Act, and Unlawful Activities Prevention Act in 148 cordon and search operations and house raids during the month. 55 more Palestinians were martyred and nearly 200 injured in unabated Israeli attacks in Gaza during last 24 hours. The martyrdom toll of Palestinians in Israeli aggression on Gaza has now risen to about 43,250. And finally, the weather. Dry weather is expected in most parts of the country, while cold in hilly areas during morning and night during the next 12 hours. However, smoke is likely to persist in most parts of Punjab during morning and night. And with this, we come to the end of the news for the moment. For more news and analyses, visit our website, radio.gov.pk.